Ciao tutti! Now that is how you say hi everyone in Italian. I'm greeting you in Italian because last week I found out the amazing news that I was admitted into Bocconi University in Milan, Italy. Now, a lot of you guys already knew that I was planning to do this because I had it in my YouTube description anyways, but after getting the admission letter, it's official now, it's real, I'm really going to school in Italy. So I figured I'd make this video because number one, I haven't made a video in a while, and number two, a lot of people have been asking me questions about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and so on, etc. This will be your all in-depth informational video about me going to school in Italy. Question number one, what school are you going to? Alrighty, so let me give you Americans, or rather, let me give you non-Italians, little breakdown of Bocconi University. So Bocconi University is located in Milan, Italy, and it is a school that specializes in economics. It actually ranks 17th in the world for economics and like 28th for management. And I know that it's like one of the top 5 business schools in Europe, and they're really prestigious. In Italy, it's number 1 for economics, and anytime I tell an Italian or anybody from that area that I'm going to Bocconi, they're always like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's like the Harvard of Italy. They're like so crazy and surprised. So yeah, that's Bocconi's world reputation. They're really trying to put themselves out there as an international school and recruiting more international students. I signed up for the course, and my bachelor's degree would be in international economics and management. They have 2 courses actually that are completely taught in English, and they save like 50% of the seats in there for international students. So it's kind of like a recruiting tool to get more international students in there, and I think it's working because who wouldn't want to go to school in Italy? And not to mention the fact that it's in English makes it so much more attainable to more people. Bocconi is a pretty well-sized campus. It has a good amount of students. They have undergrad, master's, and doctorate degrees, and they have people attending from all over the world. They have faculty from all over the world. The teachers that teach the English courses are native English speakers or fluent in English, so it's very diverse and it's pretty large, which is what I was looking for anyways in a college. Most of the schools I applied to in the US were in New York because I just wanted to go someplace where there was a lot of difference and big fresh air. I come from a small town in Connecticut and we don't have that, and so Bocconi definitely filled that aspect for me. Definitely from what I've heard and what I've seen from it, it does have that Ivy League feel to it. Like, Italians think it's the most expensive school in Italy, so the rich Italians go there, and at the same time it's so like internationally ranked that it's really hard to get into. The smart Italians go there, so it's like this mixture of super smart, super rich people, and when you put that mix together, what do you think of besides the Ivy Leagues here in America? So if you're having trouble imagining what kind of school it would be like, that would be the closest thing to it. I mean, they do have partnerships with like Yale, Georgetown, UCLA, USC. Like, they have partnerships with all these schools and do exchanges with them all the time. So I would assume that even though we don't really know them so much in America, they're definitely regarded pretty well by the universities and colleges. To Bocconi University, or why I wanted to study abroad in general, the driving force was just the fact that it's so much more affordable. College in America is extremely expensive and it's not fair at all. I have a 4.0. I have 1,000,001 extracurricular activities on my transcript, cheerleading captain, president of the Black Achievement Group. I won scholarships, so many awards, and yet I can't seem to get adequate financial aid to go to college. Money is the biggest problem with going to college. I applied to 10 schools and I've been admitted to half of them, and although they've given me some good financial packages, you still would have to pay like $15,000. I would still have to pay $15,000 a year, and that's crazy. I mean, I know we're all into this mindset of getting loans and all of that, but I just don't agree with the fact that you have to cut off an arm and a leg just to get an education. I don't think that's fair at all. Bocconi, and apparently, to be honest, most of the universities in Europe are free, basically. Like, they pay them through taxes and everything, but when it essentially comes down to it, public universities in Europe are free. And even the private ones, like Bocconi, the most expensive school in Italy is 15,000 US dollars, roughly. It's 10,000 euro a year to go. And when you do all the conversions, it roughly averages out to $15,000. Wow. Not to mention they charge you based on your income, so you can pay from $15,000 to $6,000 on the minimum. $6,000 a year for college. Let me just give you a moment to wrap your head around that. I don't think I need any other reasons to want to study abroad. I mean, yeah, Italy has some of the best food in the world, some of the most beautiful people in the world, some of the most beautiful sights to see. They have culture and yada yada yada, but they have school for $6,000. Do you speak Italian? Posso parlare in italiano più o meno. Ho frequentato il corso di italiano per 4 anni e sono andata al scambio scorsa primavera in aprile. How did my parents feel about me applying to a school in Europe? Well, to be honest, when I first told my mom about this time last year that I wanted to go to school in Italy, she thought I was joking. And to be honest, I wasn't really that serious either because, like, I don't know, it was so out of the ordinary. Americans don't typically do that. Like, yeah, we have study abroad, but why would you... Like, we don't know that really there's anything else out there as good as what we have here. And so, like, I was just playing with the idea, and then the more and more research I did, the more appealing it seemed. Like, the cost, the location, the opportunities that I would have afterwards. Like, essentially, I'm going to an Ivy League school in Europe. I will have all of the perks that are afforded to an Ivy League student in Europe, whereas I would not be able to get that here. Yeah, I have a 4.0. Yeah, I have an 1890 SAT score, but so does everybody else. There are so many, the competition is so cutthroat here that there's no way I would get into Harvard or Columbia whether I met the requirements or not. So it was just a matter of I had more opportunity over there than here. And as I grew to realize that, my parents grew to realize that, and they just saw that it was the best decision for me, personally and financially. So as of right now that I'm admitted, they support me 100%. Where will I be staying in Milan? Well, my plan is to go back to Italy in August. I'll move there around August and stay with my old host family for a couple weeks while I finalize everything for my apartment in Milan. Right now there's a group of girls that I'm already talking with, and we're apartment hunting, and we're probably going to be roommates, so that's already set up. I'm going to be living in my own apartment in Milan with friends. What difficulties have I had throughout this process? Well, the only true difficulties is just the fact that it's not a common thing to be done. Like, yeah, kids go to study in other countries, but it's very rare that they actually they apply to a school in another country. There aren't so many examples for me to follow, especially I feel like most Americans would go to school in the UK before they go to school in Italy or Germany or France or anywhere like that. So it wasn't like I had this whole example to follow from or this wide pool of people to ask advice from. I eventually did find a girl that goes to Bocconi from America, and she was such a huge help to me throughout the application process. Now that I'm admitted, my biggest thing is I have to submit all these financial documents for them to assess how much tuition I'll be paying, and it's complicated the way they word things on their website because they try to make it as internationally friendly as possible, but at the same time I don't know that there are American equivalents to certain things that they're asking for, so it's very confusing on that sense. And then also I have to get a student visa, and there are some requirements on there that are a little bit I don't know. And it's like, who am I gonna ask? My American friend that goes to school there actually has dual citizenship and didn't need a visa. So there's the difficulties that I'm having is just that I'm going through this pretty much alone, and there isn't a wide pool of help that I can reach from. I will say that when I email the school, they do get back to me within 2 weeks or so. So I've always gotten a response from them. It's just that they have so many questions being asked of them that it's hard to depend on them to get a timely answer. It's official, I'm moving to Italy, and I'm in the most excited state I've ever been in my life, and this will be the most excited state I've ever been in my life until I actually get there, and then I'll be even more excited. Hope that this video was interesting to you guys. I don't know if anybody else is thinking about applying to a school abroad or someplace else, but you could definitely come at me with any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. As for me making videos, I'm definitely gonna try to get back on that and start uploading more regularly. Everything has been so hectic lately after getting in. I have to get all this stuff ready for my visa and all these documents and stuff mailed to them, so it's crazy right now, but I'm trying, guys. Stay with me, please. So I think that's the close of this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe. Ciao.